So best believe and understand.
You too close.
If whatever you planning ends up hurting my brother in the end, there is nobody on earth that can save you from me. I eat punks like you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm tired of your messy queens coming in here messing with my family. Either you can get in line, or you can be removed. It's your choice, bitch.
So you pepper the pig looking ass nigga.
Hey, all is good. Yo, all is good, man. I need
What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all my social medias, Twitter and Instagram at A Connection TV. Also, like this video, leave a comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already subscribed. Click that bell for notifications because I upload just about every day, kind of. I wanted to come on and talk about Love is Blind. Now, I saw the first season. I love, and I'm bad with names, so okay, I'm a reviewer, not a reporter. That's my little log line, my little tagline, my little quote. I'm a reviewer, not a reporter. I don't remember everybody's names. I just, names and dates are horrible for me. So the two people that won, the white man and the black girl, they are phenomenal. They are still together. They are making money out the wazoo from like ads and campaigns and like being like public entities. I hope that they are sane and safe and sanctified in the mind, you know, because that white man is fine, so I'm sure his DMs be crazy, and that black woman is fine, and I'm sure her DMs be crazy. I can't remember their names, and I'm not about to look it up. Anyways, I only saw the first season. I think I tried to get into Love is Blind too, but it just felt like this was about to become like American Idol, and like every season afterward, it was going to go worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Like this was like a cash cow for Netflix or whatever the case may be. I was like, I'm not really here for it. So I didn't really get into season 2 or season 3. I believe the black and white person was season 1. I want to say they were. I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm watching season 4 last night, and I don't know why. I do know why. I wanted to cook something, and what I made was like atrocious. It was so disgusting and so nasty. And I've made this particular dish like 30 times now, and it's always been great. But last night, it was horrible. Like, oh my God, it was so disgusting. So I was upset with that. So I wanted like something to play in the background while I was doing what I was doing in the kitchen, because I hate being in the kitchen anyway. And so I'd rather clean the kitchen than to cook in the kitchen, if that makes sense. I'm that kind of guy. And so, you know, I'm watching it. They got the same formula where the people get in the pods and they do what they do or whatever the case may be. This particular time, though, it seemed like, maybe again, it's just been a while, but it seemed like there has been like more commentary amongst, well, no, they always like talked in their lounges, in their respective lounges. But I don't know, the people made me watch, I guess. I don't know. It seems like y'all know me. If y'all do know, y'all know me by now. Y'all know I'm attracted to black. So it seemed like there were a lot of like, the cast were diverse. There was a lot of black people on it. So I was watching, I'm like, oh, okay, she's beautiful. Oh, okay, he cute. Oh, okay. Now, you know, it drew me in. I don't care about none of the other people they selected. Like, we're going to get to it because this is crazy. But what like really got me to watching this was like Brett seemed like a cool, dorky, bisexual kind of dude. I'm no shade. I'm just saying, like, I'm watching it. Marshall was giving me, I'm about to beat homeboy up if he tried to talk to my girl. Like, Marshall was giving me like this straight thug. But he talks so like intellectually, he's like intellectually sound, and then he vying for the love of this ghetto chick. What's her name? Jackie. She just reads Ghetto Bronx like just all day long. So it was interesting. But he was like, "Oh, so what did he say to you?" Like I'm watching it and I'm going ahead. But he's like, "What did he say to you?" Oh, that's what he said. Oh, I'm gonna have to have words with him. That's what got me hooked. When Jackie told Marshall that the other boy was trying to holler and that the other boy told her that he's not leaving without her or something along them lines, or if he don't get her, he's leaving the game. When Jackie told Marshall that and Marshall's response, I said, oh, let me sit. I said, let me get out the kitchen. Let me go see what Marshall finna do. What Marshall finna do? Like, I didn't want him to fight or nothing. Like, I wasn't looking for fighting, but it just really seemed like he was really into this girl and really compelled and really felt some sort of way that none of the other dudes said anything. So I'm like, please don't be the first fight scene on here, because Marshall seemed dead set on wanting this chick, and he don't even know what this chick looked like. You know what I'm saying? None of them know what each other look like. So I was like, ooh, this is getting good. And then another thing that drew me in was these tied, raggedy-ass broads, Irene and freaking Micah. Oh my God, they are the epitome of mean girls. What? I was like, are you freaking serious? So she broke it off with Kwame. Micah broke it off with Kwame. Mind you, Micah, see, this show is so good because Kwame giving me like this very professional, need a girl that know what she want out of life kind of dude. But then on the flip side, he could just be a hoe because he got a nice body. I'm sure he packing and all that stuff, just beautiful body and all that. So he just want to be a smasher, maybe. That's what I'm gathering. Because I don't, for the life of me, understood how he gravitated to Micah. What was it about Micah that just made him want her? I couldn't understand. Like, Micah and Irina are trash. And they're young as crap. Like, Kwame is like in his 30s. He's like 32 or whatever. What does he want with somebody who's 26, Micah? Like, what? I was so confused by that. And I could not understand why both Irina and Micah had dudes fight Vonning for, like, what? I couldn't understand that. I could not understand that for the life of me. She break it off with Micah because she like Paul. And she come back in the room. Kwame, she break it off with Micah. Break it off with Kwame because she like Paul, and Kwame is sobbing his eyes out. Like, and he ended it so quick. Like, all right, well, nice knowing you. I hope you find what you want. Goodbye. Like, I thought he was in tune with his emotions and like held it together, but he went back to the lounge and he was like, oh my God, oh my God, it hurts. Oh my God. I'm like, shut your grown ass up. What is you sitting here crying over this 26-year-old that really don't give two craps about you? And she take her tired, raggedy ass back up in the lounge and she like, he ended it so quick. I'm so glad I made the decision I made. Like, oh my God, for him to just end it like that, I'm just so glad I'm with Paul. Like, she was not caring one bit. And this grown-ass man is crying his eyes out in the lounge. And the other side of the lounge, I'm like, are you freaking serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? And so Micah vying for Paul, and she trying to figure out if the other girl, Amber, why Amber in the room with Paul so goddamn long. Because Micah and Paul had made this thing that they're going to get together, and that Paul had to break it off with whoever else that he had an attachment to. And the other person was Amber. So Micah told him, it's either going to be me or nobody. Like, I'm going to need you to break it off with her right now because it needs to be us. So she had to break it off with Kwame, and Paul had to break it off with Amber. So I'm like, okay. But Paul is in the damn pods with Amber for like 10 hours or it was a long time or whatever. So, or 2 hours or some shit, I don't know. But Micah's in her feelings because she just broke it off with Kwame so easily, so effortlessly. So she feels that Paul needs to break it off with Amber so effortlessly. This season is good. I don't know about the rest of the season, but this season is good. So she's like, I don't understand why he's in there for that long talking to Amber. Like, what he got to talk about to her? Like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. And so, the broad's trying to calm her down or whatever, but she's like, no, you're not really understanding me right now. I don't understand why it's taking them so long. Like, she got a whole attitude, because Paul in there with Amber. A whole attitude. Then we move on to what's his name? Zach. Ooh. Child, Zach is weird as, like, what? Weird AF. Weird AF, and he got Irina, a girl that I can't stand. She trash. Irina, and see, Bliss tried to warn her. Bliss tried to warn him. Bliss tried to warn him. Irina is trash. Micah is trash. So like, Zach is sitting here, his weird AF behind is sitting here having to choose between two chicks. Bliss, who I think effed up by saying that, you know, if you choose Irina, you're a horrible person or whatever she said. But it's facts, because Irina is trash. Like, she was trash. What are we talking about? Both her and Micah was trash. Like, they young as crap and they trash. So Bliss telling him, and you know, Zach is coming up with every excuse to try to let Amber know, Bliss know, that she's not the one that he's picking or whatever. And so he like, well, you told me that if I pick her, you know, I'm a horrible person, or that says a lot about me. And then, you know, Bliss talked about her family and the fact that her family might be complicated for him to adjust with, and all his other things or whatever. So Zach ends up picking Irina, but the reason why Micah and Irina are so trash is because they were sitting there laughing at all of these women, laughing at all these girls coming in here, crying their eyes out, sobbing. Jackie come through, which is probably why Jackie didn't really see it for them anyway when they got to Mexico. But Jackie come through, she crying, because she didn't know what she should do between Marshall and the other boy. So she just crying her eyes out, Micah come in, or Irina, one of them come in. It was Micah, because Irina was trying to help her, console her. Micah come in, and she laughing at Jackie, because Jackie crying her eyes out. Like, these bras are trash, but it made for good TV. Like, for them to be the villains, it just made for good TV. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, these people don't really know how these people are, and they don't even know what these people look like. But they about to marry these people. Like, truth be told, when Marshall was vying for Jackie, I was like, Marshall and Jackie's not gonna work. Like, they not gonna work. Like, Marshall don't look like he would get a Jackie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or let me say, Jackie don't look like she would go for a Marshall. And she says that. She says that. But I have to tell you, like, Brett, when Tiffany fell asleep on Brett and Brett got in his feelings, he was like, hello? He was like, hello? Hello? Like, I in my mind, I'm like, dude, don't bang on the walls. I just knew he was about to bang on the walls, like, boom, 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 hello? Hello? I just know you could see it in his face. He was seething. He was seething. His nipples was itching. He was pissed. Oh my God, he was so vexed. And Tiffany's sitting there sleep dead. And then the girls come in the next episode, wake her up, say, hello, Tiffany girl, you still sleep, girl? And she was like, is Brett still over there? Nope, Brett gone, baby, Brett gone. Brett was seething. Oh, he was so mad. He was so mad. Like, he went in the other room, I'm done, it's completely over. I don't know what happened. I'm consoled. I'm pouring my heart out to her, and she just goes mute. She doesn't say anything to me. Oh, I'm just done, but it's over. I was like, why is he such a punk? Like, he a big old punk. Anyways, they like make their relationships happen. We get past the positive, baby. Mexico was juicy. Mexico was Jew to the sea. What? Oh, this show was so good. This season good. I don't know about the rest of the season. I know it come out later today, but I don't know about the rest of the season. But this leading up to this, it was so good. Like, I didn't want to stop watching it. So Brett see Tiffany see Brett. I think they genuinely attracted to each other. The reason why it was confirmed to me, because Brett had a hard on when he was in Mexico, and he said, get on top of me. When she went to get on, his thing was all the way up there. So he loved him, or is attracted at least, to Tiffany. I'm sorry, but he get bisexual vibes all day. All day. But he's a gorgeous man. He's a bit corny, but gorgeous. Tiffany get round the way Chick-fil-A black mama. That's what she give. And I don't understand. I don't really see it. Like, I see Brett with someone a little, I don't know. I see Brett with like a Coco Jones, or like a Gabrielle Union. I don't see Brett with like a Tiffany, but whatever. It works. Seemingly, it works, and I'm here for it because I'm all for love. I think that's amazing. When Jack see Marshall, she seemed like she feeling it. You know, Marshall all for Jackie, because Jackie is gorgeous. When she come down, she gorgeous. She got that long hair and all that. She look good. But Marshall look like somebody's little brother, and Jackie, so says her, would rather like a man's man. She walk up to somebody like 6'5", like an NBA basketball player, or whatever the case may be. I get that from her right away. But when they met and they engaged, it seemed like they were cool with it. Like it seemed like she was cool with it. Let me say that. It seemed like she was cool with it. So because Marshall was all in it to win it. He dancing and stuff. He doing all this stuff and dancing and stuff like this and all this. Like Marshall's cool. Like Marshall is to be 26. Wow. He's nobody's Micah or Irina. Like I'm completely shocked how cool, charismatic, and sexy Marshall is at 26. And Jackie, the way that it seems, does not deserve him at all. Kwame and Chelsea, when they first see each other, it seemed like Kwame was attracted. Like he really gave it up. Like, oh my God, like you're so freaking amazing. Like you're beautiful. I can't see Kwame with a Chelsea. I can't even see Kwame with a Micah, to be honest. Like clearly he like white women, but I just don't see none of them with him. Like, I just don't see it. So I really feel like on both ends, he's really like settling down. As we see the trailer, they talk about settling. And like, I don't know. But in my mind, I'm like, it's not going to work out because he already professed his love to Micah. Micah turned him down. He was balling in the lounge room. Now he got to pick somebody else. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. You need time to digest all of those feelings, to absolve yourself from all of those feelings. And Kwame had like a day or so, and now he's caught up in rapture for a Chelsea. Like I knew it was gonna be problems down the line. But they seem like they're attracted to each other. And Kwame fine. He just gotta fix that nose. It's just too much stuff on top of his nose. I don't know what that is. But it's, the boils under the skin, it's just not attractive. But everything else on Kwame is perfection in my mind. Then we get to Irina and Zach. Child. Irina seeing Zach for the first time, baby. She was not here for none of what Zach had to offer. When Irina told him to his face that he looked like a cartoon character, that ain't nobody's compliment. He was like, well, I don't even know if that's a compliment or not. Baby, that was nobody's compliment. First of all, let's talk about it. Why is Irina 17 shades lighter than the rest of her body up here? This whole thing look like it's like my wall in the back. Beige as hell. Beige as hell. Beige and dusty as hell. Then when you get down the rest of her body, it's my skin complexion. What are we talking about here? I don't know why women do that. Why do women feel, first of all, that y'all gotta put mountains and mountains of makeup on, and then when y'all do the makeup, y'all stop here? What in the entire hell is that? The whole time I'm looking at, I'm sorry if I'm loud, I'm passionate, this shit having me together. The whole time I'm looking at this shit, and she's sitting there, her face is like this, all up here. Her face is this. And her body is this. I was like, oh my God, she's horrible looking. And she has a bad attitude. She walks up and sees Zach. And Zach looks like he's been sweating for 90 years and no one wants to give him a washcloth. That his face just looks so flushed. Like he's not attractive. I'm not attracted to him. Like he's not ugly, but he ain't attractive, if that makes sense. And this girl, he's staring at her. I blinked, but he's not blinking. And she's like, well, can you blink? It was so awkward. You could tell everybody's like energy when they first met and connect, because neither one of them, between Zach or Irina, went to the opposite sides of the room. They went straight to the bench that was right. And she said, come on, sit down, let's have a chat. She said, oh my God, it's really you. Like, wow. Oh. I don't even think she kissed him. She was like, I don't think we should kiss. I think we should wait. Baby, Irina should have called it a quits then and there. Oh, she could have called. I think the producers did. I think the I think the producers convinced her to go to Mexico. You don't know. Maybe it might work out when you get to Mexico. This shit is trash. It's not gonna work out. They do not. Just go to Mexico. Get a free vacation. See, we need this footage. Like, I just see it because it was clear as day that Irina was no bit at all attracted to Zach. She was completely upset about her choice. Oh my God. Micah and Paul, when they saw each other, it was what it was. And then Tiffany and Brett, when they saw each other, they was like head over heels. Like, Brett is fine. Like, you know, like, he ain't gonna have no problems. Like, that's a man. That man got a man body. That's a man right there. That's a man. So they get to Mexico. Sorry for the long video, y'all, but they get to Mexico and They all in Mexico. They all like, oh, this is great. This is unbelievable. We're here. We're in love. Irina trying to stay 10 feet away from freaking Zach at all times. Like, she ain't trying to have no bits. She's like, oh, so it's only one bed. Oh, damn. I got to sleep with you in the bed. Maybe when she told the man, maybe you should sleep outside. When she told this man to sleep outside, I said, nah, I know, goddamn. Zach, first of all, Zach is an attorney. I know I'm getting past it. I know I'm way ahead. But Zach is an attorney. Why for hell is he going to sit throughout this whole trial thinking that he about to be innocent? What? Yeah, I know what I did there. Like, there was nothing about this woman telling you that this woman liked you back. Why are you here? But baby, when Zach called it, but I know I'm at the end. Baby, we get to, all of them, they meet up again. They all meet up again, right? And they all see each other for the first time. Child, Kwame thinking Micah is attractive. I don't see it. Where? To be honest, Chelsea, even though Chelsea looked like somebody's white mom, like, she looked like a whole mom in these streets. Micah don't look, Chelsea and Tiffany look like mothers. And that's like no shade, but they look like, you know, they've been there, done that. They look like mothers. Or for Chelsea, let me say she looks like one old corporate woman that's been that just got fully promoted, or she's been CEO for like 5 months, but she's been with the company for 19 years. And Tiffany got 17 kids. That's what they look like to me, okay? So I don't know, but whatever. Apparently, though, Kwame is attracted enough to her for them to bang each other out. Like, they came on, they was like, oh my God, like, we just had a good time. And like, he's trying to like bring the camera down, but she's like, don't do that, don't bring the camera down. You know, clearly they naked. Child would love to see somebody's Kwame. Kwame is fine. He just got to get rid of them boils under his nose, but he fine though. He got to file them shits down. It's like a big toe. His nose look like a big toe with issues. Like, he need to file that down. But he fine as hell. Chelsea, I mean, whatever. But Chelsea a freak, because she come out, she like, oh my God, my is wrecked. Like, my stuff is, she said, my stuff wrecked. Like, he be wrecking my... I don't know about you, y'all not wrecked? Ooh, it's hard to walk, baby. He be wrecking me out. I'm like, what? Like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, she a whole freak in these streets, child. Kwame is attracted to Micah. Micah says it wasn't easy for her to get over Kwame. Child, bye, girl. It was completely easy. What are you talking about? She's sitting here gassing up Kwame. Mind you, they having drinks. So now things are a bit dangerous, because now they having drinks. They inhibitions are running wild. So, you know, Micah, I feel like Micah is a whole slutty flirt in these streets. Like, she be like, oh, I like you. Go to this dude. Oh, you're cute. Oh, go to this. I love your car. Ooh, those shoes. Like, she'll compliment 17 dudes and be there with her husband. That's what Micah give me. And so Kwame is the victim. Because it was hard to get, like, to break up with you. It was so hard. I still love you. I still think you're a great person. Kwame eating it up, sopping it up with a biscuit, like it's a biscuit. A biscuit and some gravy, like, oh, you still love me? Oh, yeah, Chelsea who? I'm like, come on, bro. Like, Chelsea just seemed like she really in it to win it, although I feel like she think her clock is ticking, and so she really just trying to take advantage of the thing. But when she says that she's in it to win it, I think she is. Like, I feel like this could have been a complete arranged marriage, and she would have, like, stayed in it because it's an arranged marriage. Like, I feel like that's how she really want. Like, she really want a marriage that bad. Like, Like I feel that. You know what I'm saying? So, Irina likes Paul and she doesn't like Zach. She is saying that she doesn't like Zach to Micah, and Micah is not feeling Paul. So, in the mix of this whole like happy hour between the contestants, if you will, Micah. Kwame is trying to ease his way into Micah's good graces. I don't even think he's like flirting really. I just think he's like happy to be in her space and see her in the flesh and like converse with her that way versus through the pod. So he's just giddy for that because he was just crying his eyes out over this chick. So he didn't have time to process getting over her at all. So he's like happy to be in her presence and, hearing, I still love you and I think you're great and it was so difficult to not choose you or whatever. Like, Chelsea say, hey, babe, can you give me something to eat? And he's sitting here having a whole conversation, letting the water out of his gates, talking to Brett about Micah and how whatever. So he's like, yeah, babe, I got you. I'll go get the food for you. Then Irina, here come this broad. Irina like, hey, Kwame, can you get us some shots? We want some shots. Kwame's like, no, get your own damn shots. I was like, ooh. Where did that come from? I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Where did that come from? Irina was like, what? Are you serious? Are you going to talk to me that way? Oh my God. Like, what? Micah's like, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's being such a mean guy. And Irina's like, well, girl, you need to go get your BBD. You need to go get your BBD because I don't really appreciate that. Like, how he talked to me was just so uncalled for. I'm so glad you broke it off with him. Like, he's ridiculous. Like, can you believe he told me no? So the girls go get their own shots or whatever, or somebody get the shots. Tiffany get the shots, I think. And so they get the shots. Child, they drink it. They about to drink it up. And they're like, here go Micah, savage. Let's toast to a proposal gone wrong or a proposal that was an accident or some crap, she said. And Micah shitted his pants so bad, he was like, what did you just say? He looked at Brett like, well, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And he don't want to take the shot. He put the shot back on the bar. Completely salty. Oh, my God. Kwame fine ass with the boils under his nose is so salty to this 24, 25, 26-year-old Micah who ain't... I'm sorry, Chelsea look better than Micah. Like, Chelsea just looks aged. Like, Micah look undeveloped. Chelsea looks aged. But Chelsea looks better than Micah. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. But he was salty. Oh, my God. He was, like, so pissed. And he's doing all this in front of his fiance. Like, this is ridiculous. I couldn't understand it. Like, this don't make no sense to me. Mind you, they've been drinking, so I guess. So, they talk it out or whatever, they hash it out or whatever, and, Micah comes to talk to him, and they sit there for like 20 some odd minutes, according to Chelsea. And Chelsea is vexed. She's seething at the mouth. But the other broads, Tiffany and Jackie, who, by the way, just seem to be real fake. Tiffany and Jackie are consoling her and talking to her like, oh, it's going to be all right. It's your man. Like, your man is fine. Da-da-da. But the other time, they like, oh, girl, she tripping. I don't know why she tripping. Like, don't nobody want her man. Like, she here. Like, these bras is fake. Like, they all fake. I think the realest one on this show is Marshall and Brett. Those are the only two realists in this show. And I'm sorry, Chelsea. I think Chelsea is real too. But everybody else fake on this show. Like, they trash on this show like it's ridiculous. So Micah said cheers to a failed proposal. I said that. Kwame is sitting with Micah. Oh, we talked about that. Jackie and Tiffany tell Chelsea that Micah is disrespectful. Micah says no matter what, I'll still be there for you. Ridiculous. The girls are talking about Chelsea to Micah while they're so fake. I just talked about that. Irina tells Paul that he is sexy. Like, Irina want Paul, who is with Micah, who is apparently her bestie on this show. Like, this show is so messy. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good though, because you like in Mexico, I'm sitting here. I'm wanting boils under the nose, an aged chick, the CEO, to really like make it work. Like, because I I see them naturally feeling like before they saw Micah, like the sex and all that was good, and she was talking about how he's getting wrecked and all that. So like I really see that like being like a thing in my mind before the whole Micah situation. Now Micah's here and clearly Kwame can't get it together. You know what I'm saying? And Kwame is having to explain himself to Chelsea the next day, like, what's going on? Like, I'm really not appreciative. Now, it wasn't even the next day, it was the same day. Because Chelsea was like, I'm aggravated with this right now. So, in my mind, the Chelsea, wake up, girl. Like, he clearly ain't here for you. Like, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. If you're already having to deal with unresolved emotional issues because you chose me over another chick that didn't choose you, like, you already know what it's going to be like in the real world. So, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that sucks. It's not going to work between them or whatever. But you could chalk it up to the alcohol, chalk it up to first meets. Okay. They get to the next day, they having like rituals and stuff. People beating on drums and rocks and stuff so they can get their rocks off or whatever. They feeling cleansed and stuff that they went through this, Mayan ritual or whatever, and now everything is back to normal. Psych. But then again, it's like, clearly Kwame goes through the process and he's definitely attentive to her in this particular moment before the show ends. So it shows signs of like resolve. But like when they get in the real world, things just look real messy as. Bro, Irina and Zach ate her up. Like I felt like Zach been wanting to do that the whole time. Like even when he was staring at her, I felt like it wasn't really there for him. Like he was just trying because he was on the show and that was the point of the show. I don't feel like it was there for either one of them, to be honest. But Zach ate her up in the bed. Like he was like, can we just call it? Like when she told him to go sleep outside, I said, oh hell no. I know this dude not finna let this go down. I know this dude about to tell this two-tone neck broad having that. Like what? Like it's not even two-tone, it's 8 tones. Girl, and the acne ain't even all the way cleared up. You is nobody's dime piece. Like, what are we talking about here? Zach is a lawyer. He should have read, but he ate her up, though. He ate her up at the end, like, and he wasn't stopping at He wasn't stopping at the end. He was like, why don't you go and get your best friend's man, because that's who you really want. I said, ooh. Child, boy. Zach ate her up for points. Zach ate her and said, Your Honor, ate her up for points. And she was like, I'm right, now you're being rude. Bro, you've been rude the whole time. You've been rude this whole time. What you talking about? You've been rude this whole time. Irina, 8-tone having ass. What are you talking about here? Now you're being rude. He could have been ruder, baby. I would have lit her neck up. Oh, I would have made sure I would have got some Fenty and I would have held it to her neck and said, let's match this up, ma. Or don't wear no makeup. Oh, I would have lit her. I would have said crater here, crater there. Crater here, crater, you still got the craters. I would have lit her up. I would have grabbed on her love handles and said, fix these. Fix these. Fix them. 8-tone. I would have ate her up. What are we talking about? She was straight trashing him out. Anyways, everybody thinks Zach weird though, so I don't know, child. I don't know. I feel bad for Chelsea because Chelsea doesn't deserve this. Jackie calls Zach a weirdo and Irina is a peasant. I think that's because, Irina, we clearly didn't see things in the lounge because Micah and Irina are not good peoples. I was about to forget. Jackie having her whole bipolar panic attack, baby, it would have been a dub for me. It would have been a dub. Marshall and his face was like, what the fuck is going on with this broad? They had a nice day out. And she's forewarning him to, baby, y'all need to look at all red flags. I'm acknowledging every single red flag that comes in my face if anybody tries to talk to me, and I'm never ignoring another red flag ever again. Ever again. Like I'm having flashbacks of all the red flags that was flying over my head. Never again. Red flag number 1, she's sitting there bringing up her family, talking about how she hope she don't send him home or make him run away. Red flag, baby. How you gonna do that? Tell me what's wrong with you. Tell me what's wrong with you or your family. Child, they leave the restaurant, they get back to the house, child, they walking in there like their grandmama's done died. Something done happened. Somebody done said something. Somebody got beat up. They sulking. And he's sulking because she's sulking. Because she caught up in the rapture of her real life. And how she gonna drive him out the way. This woman is not nobody's 26. I can't remember how old she is, but Marshall is younger than her. She sit down, she starts sobbing. Her kneecaps was crying. Her ears were crying out wax. This girl was sobbing all over the place. This man trying to console her. She like, I just need a moment. I just need a moment. He walk out. He don't know what to do. He gonna make him a drink. Soon as he make him a drink, she bring her little psycho crazy ass right back beside him and sit there. And then stop. She ain't crying no more. Then she gonna be, are you okay? What? Bro, you was just in here crying your kneecaps out to me, talking about you need a moment. Now you following up behind me, no tears in sight, talking about you okay. Psycho over here, run, Marshall, run. What are we talking about here? Then he gonna be like, yeah, I'm cool. And she like, I just had a moment. My bad, like, I can't believe this. Or something she said, calm. Then she walk past and slam the drink down on the counter. And then she walk away. Psycho, run! What are we talking about? This whole scene was giving Psycho vibes. But I know them producers was eating it up, baby, because I was like, I know this dude is not sitting here still trying to console this psychopath. She get in the bathroom and she crying again. She crying. This man lost, confused, don't know what to do. He dazed out. What do you want me to do? Is there something? I'm here for you. I ain't here no more. She crying. She's psycho. Get me out of this. Get me out of this show. I'm gone. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I'm not dealing with this. Then she like open up the door so he could come in, and he's holding her. And I'm like, child, poor Marshall. Like, poor Marshall, poor Chelsea. I'm happy for Brett and Tiffany. That's it. That is it. Oh my God. Irina can't even be honest with Zach. Zach does not see it all. Irina covers her head with the pillow. Ooh, when she come. When they were sitting down and she went, like, he trying to get information out of Irina, and Irina just take her head. What? Are you serious? I never in my wildest dreams. Shout out to Brandy. What? When she did that and put her pillow, I would have took that. What are we talking about here? When Chelsea went to go talk to, when Micah went to go talk to Chelsea, and it was this whole like spectacle. Like, hey babe, hold on, wait, I think I have something on my teeth. Can you get it? Can you get it, babe? Kwame's like, yeah, you do. I'll get it for you, baby. No problem, baby. Like, that whole scene was a mess. Then it rained on him. God was like, look, do not waste your time and our energy with this trash, Chelsea. Pay Micah, pay Micah and move. Like, what are we talking about here? Move away. I thought that was great. Kwame and Chelsea talk. They are funny. Guessing who will work out. Zach meets with Bliss. Okay. So at the end, right, like when Kwame was talking to Chelsea and they was trying to figure out who's gonna make it, they clearly state that Brett and Tiff are gonna make it. I don't know. I don't know. I want to say they are. They seem like to be the only couple that is. And then Kwame and Chelsea, like Kwame like reassures Chelsea that they're gonna make it. I don't think they're gonna make it. I don't think they're gonna make it at all. I really don't. I just don't think it's gonna work. Then she's like, do you think Paul and Micah are gonna make it? Chelsea is a mess. Kwame's like, I don't know. Then they're like, what about Irina and Zach? And like, no, that's not gonna work. And I don't think they said anything about Marsha and Jackie. I don't know. But like, when Zach breaks it off, this is the gotcha with this season. Because I don't know if they did this in season 2 or 3, or if I got my seasons confused or whatever. But I've only seen one season, and I want to say it was season 1. But I don't know if they did this in the other season. They bring the people that gotta know back to meet up with the people that told them no. Like, is this new for season 4, or did they do this the other seasons? Because when they brought Bliss back to meet with Zach and to have a conversation with Zach in the restaurant, and Zach's like, I made the wrong decision. Oh, what? When did they do? What? Is that what they do now? Stop playing. And then the dude that Marshall was gonna beat up at the lounge is talking, like having a 3-way conversation between Jackie, Marshall, and him. What? Oh, I can't wait. I think it come out this Friday. It do come out this Friday. I'm gonna watch it later tonight. Baby, season 4 of Love and Blind is it's a gag, baby. It's a gag. Leave your comments below. Let me know who you think is gonna work out. Please do not put any spoilers under this video because I'm gonna watch the rest of it either tonight or this weekend. Do not drop any spoilers, please. Please, 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 please. I thank you. But y'all leave y'all comments like, was y'all seething like I was seething? Was y'all laughing like I was laughing? Like, who's y'all favorite couple? Who do y'all think is gonna make it through? Leave your comments below. Love y'all. Thank you for watching. Deuces.